You think you really know me? You think you really know me? You think you really know me? Think you really know me? You 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 think you really know me?
You think you really know me? You think you really know me? You think you really know me? You think you really know me?
So electric. Woo. I said I wanna make you my chromium bitch, my bitch. Hey, I'm gonna put you in my mirror tonight now. Ha. Woo. I'm gonna put you in my mirror tomorrow. Ha. Hey, when I wanna be in your arms, you'll be there now. Woo. And when I wanna kiss you, I know I can count on you. I can count on you to be there when I need you. I said I wanna make you my chromium bitch. You're so cool when I kiss you. Hey. I said I wanna make you my chromium bitch. My bitch. My bitch. Hey. I'll be kissing you tonight. Woo. Ha. I'll be kissing you Saturday night. Ha. And when you wanna call me, I'll be there. Woo. And when you wanna go to the dance, I'll be there too. I'll be smiling, cause I love you. I said I love to kiss you at the dance. Woo! And I love to hold your hand at night when no one's there. I'll be real cool. When no one's there, I'll be so cool you won't even know my name. I'll be that cool.
good concert conversation about.
Last night, when I whispered two confessions in your ear, you smiled and said, Gary, you scared, don't live your life in fear, not in fear. And then I kissed your lips, and as the rain stopped, woo, chrome things never change. We still kiss at the heart. You turned your back and cried, and bit your red lips, saying life can't be so cruel. Things gotta change. I said, why'd I have to fall in love with someone like you? I know things never work the way that you want them to, the way you want them to. Hey, then I kissed your lips. Woo! And the rain stopped. Ha! Chrome things never change. Still kiss at the heart. Woo! Hey, I kissed your lips. Rain stopped. Chrome things never change. Still kiss at the heart. Kiss at the heart. Say it. And then I kissed your lips. Ha! And all the rain stopped. Chrome things never change. Still kiss at the
Will it talk?
There's a blind date. You think I ran up in the house?
In fact, emanating from a place, a cellar or basement of some kind, directly below my room. I knew this to be true because I placed my hand, very briefly, on the trapdoor's leathery and irregular surface, and in that moment I could feel that it was pulsing in a way that corresponded to the force and rhythms of the voice which echoed its indecipherable words throughout the rest of that night, fading only moments before daylight. Having remained awake for most of the night, I left my backstairs apartment and began to wander the streets of the northern border town on a cold and overcast morning in late autumn. Throughout the whole of that day, I saw the town, where I had already lived for some time, under an aspect I had not known before. I have stated that this town near the northern border was a place where I had assumed I would one day die, and I may even say it was a place where I actually desired to make an end of it, or such was the intention or wish that I entertained at certain times and in certain places. including my residence in one of the oldest sections of the town. But as I wandered the streets on that overcast morning in late autumn, and throughout the day, my entire sense of my surroundings, as well as my intuition that my existence would be terminated within those surroundings, had become altered in a completely unexpected manner. The town had, of course, always displayed certain peculiar and often profoundly surprising qualities and features. Sooner or later, everyone who was a permanent resident there was confronted with something of a nearly insupportable oddity or corruption. As I wandered along one byway or another throughout that morning and into late afternoon, I recalled a specific street near the edge of town, a dead-end street where all the houses and other buildings seemed to have grown into one another, melding their diverse materials into a bizarre and jagged conglomerate of massive architectural proportions, with peaked roofs and soaring chimneys or towers visibly swaying and audibly moaning, even in the calm of an early summer twilight. I had thought that this was the absolute limit, only to find out at exactly the moment of having this thought that there was something further involved with this street, something that caused persons living in the area to repeat a special slogan or incantation to whomever would listen. "When you hear the singing," they said, "you will know it is time." These words were spoken, and I heard them myself, as if the persons uttering them were attempting to absolve or protect themselves in some way that was beyond any further explication. And whether or not one heard the singing, or had ever heard what was called the singing, and whether or not that obscure and unspeakable time ever came, or would ever come, to those who arrived in that street, with its houses and other buildings all mingled together and tumbling into the sky, there nevertheless remained within you the feeling that this was the place, the town near the northern border, where you came to live, and where you might believe you would be a permanent resident, either until you chose to leave it, or until you died, possibly by violent misadventure or some wasting disease, if not by your own hand. Yet, on that overcast morning in late autumn, I could no longer maintain this feeling, not after having started into wakefulness the night before, not after having heard that droning voice which delivered some incomprehensible sermon for hours on end, and not after having seen that leathery trap-door which I placed my hand upon for only a brief moment, and thereafter retreated to the furthest corner of my small apartment until daylight. And I was not the only one to notice a change within the town, as I discovered when twilight drew on, and more of us began to collect on street corners or in back alleys, as well as in abandoned storefront rooms or old office buildings.